Okay, so welcome to the recap of round number 4 of Ottawa March Open 2025. I was playing against slower rated opponent, a 15-year-old, 14-year-old kid, Victor Nikolai Erdonescu. And, before the game I saw he either play c6 or c5, and I was very happy to see c5 on the board. And after knight f3 d6, I realized he's prepared main line, which I play h3. And, generally, the kids are getting a lot of prep with their coaches and whatnot, with chessable courses. So I sat there for at least a couple of minutes to figure out what I want to play. So a couple of things that came to my head were knight b3 first, which I played. And he's actually told me after the game he was prepared for knight b3. Then one of the moves I wanted to play as well, rook g1, but maybe this is something for the next time. I also played bishop e3 in one of the games and got a very good position against 2400. And bishop e2 is generally, I don't really consider it as a good move. h3 once again something that I might play. a4 is also an option, but I would probably never play it because it has almost no idea, even though the more I think about it, a4 actually makes sense to prevent b5. So this is something I might play in the future. I played something I've played many years ago. I played g3, and I was like, there is no way he has it in his prep. And I was right. He actually told me after the game that that might be the only line which he kind of forgot about. And now, I felt good because he started thinking. And he spent a bunch of time on next move. e5, knight d2, bishop e7, bishop g2, bishop goes to e6. And at this point, he had already probably less than an hour on move 8. While I was playing almost instantly a4, basically protecting from b5. One of the lines we discussed after the game is the main move b5. And, the line goes like this: knight d5, knight d5, queen d5, rook a7, bishop e3, trying to get this rook. And now bishop goes to e6, first attacking the queen, queen goes to d2, and now rook d7, and black are trying to play d5. Here I apparently have knight c3 and knight d5, which is actually good, but it is something playable. He played queen c7, which wasn't played in it was played only in 2 games as far as I can see. And I want to show you a game played between Palach Mladen and Yan Nepomniachtchi. Yan Nepomniachtchi was playing with black pieces here, as you will see on the right board. He was playing with black pieces. His rating at the time was 2476. This is a game from 2004. And let's see what happened. So we can see g3 on the board. Yeah, kind of, different move order. Castle, castle. Bishop goes to e3, bishop c4, a5, knight c5, rook e1, g4. That's a kind of typical idea for the structures. My idea here was to go h3, g4 as well, as we will see later. Knight e6, queen d2, rook e8, knight g3, and knight goes potentially to f5 in many lines. Takes, bishop f1, and white got a very, very solid advantage and ended up winning this chess game. They got an exchange up. Yan tried to create counterplay, but white were ruthless, and they ended up defeating black pieces on move 60. I don't want to dive deep into detail. Let's analyze my game. You can always go to database and check what happened there. So let's get back to the game. Queen c7, again not the main move. I play h3. My idea is to play bishop e3 on the very next move. Bishop f3 immediately walks into knight g4, so you really want to play h3 first to prevent it from happening. Now h5, of course, to prevent g4. h3 is a multiple purpose move. You want to play bishop e3 so that knight can jump, but you also want to play g4 to start attack on the king side. Play bishop e3, knight c6. I didn't like knight c6 at all, because I was only calculating something like bd7 or castle, but knight c6, of course I immediately play knight d5, because now it's actually good for me. Takes, knight has to go back. If knight goes to a5, we discussed it after the game as well, b3, and this knight is basically stuck on a5 square. He takes d5, knight d8, castle, and I have a very stable advantage. I play knight c3, b6, takes, and now g4, not the best move. Computer likes queen d3 more, which I didn't even consider. I was like, I saw this line with g4 and I was like, I'll just go for it. Takes, and now knight c4. Knight c4 is kind of mistake, which I didn't like during the game. Bishop c1, and now I'm threatening g5 at some point. You know, I want to potentially start an attack. Knight goes to d7. Here, after queen f3, apparently I have a very, very big advantage. I didn't even consider it. I was calculating knight d4, just place my knight to the center, try to go b3, c4, and then potentially c5, d6. And my idea actually worked out perfectly. He plays rook c8, I play b3, knight b6, c4, and he immediately plays a5. And I play bishop e3. And here, he's, you know, my idea is to play c5, and I was like, if c5 is played, it's over. And actually, he immediately almost played a4, which I thought is a huge mistake. Apparently it is one of the best moves because the position is just so bad that a4 is best. What I was calculating is actually bishop f8, as it seemed a very calm move, but apparently g5, and it's just a very hard position. Because I want to play g6, if a4 is played, I play g6, bishop h3, bishop e6, g takes f7 is coming. The position is almost lost. Bishop e3, again bishop f8, g5, g6. Here I had queen g4, and apparently a4 I can just take. And the point is, after knight b6 I play knight f6, and after queen b6 this knight is under no protection. So let's see what happens here. Knight f6, king g7, queen h3, and no defense from the checkmate on the very next move. And black should resign. Knight played bishop f3, knight f6 was played on the board, and here c5. I was like, alright, I'm definitely winning. Knight bd7, and here, you know, pause the video and try to find the best move. I found the, no, I didn't find the best move, of course. I played c6, which is not the best. I had a very simple tactic. I could just play c takes d6, after bishop d6, but I didn't see a simple rook c1. And now black have to either give up a queen or, you know, say goodbye to their bishop on d6. And apparently queen c1 is the best. If queen v8 is played, I can just capture, and go knight d6, the game is just over. I played c6, which again, not the best. Knight f8, I'm not sure where it comes from, it's probably still, you know, I'm not as sharp. I gotta solve more tactics, but you know, I also felt very relaxed because I knew my position is winning no matter what I do, and after c6 it just seemed like the easiest option to go with. Yes, c takes c6, rook c1 is obviously the easiest one, but of course, you know, I can't calculate 3 moves ahead, I'm dumb. So c6, knight f6 takes g5, this is what I calculate, and I played queen g4. And I was calculating from very far away, and I saw that after rook b8, which was played in the game, I can play b4. And the point now is, if rook b4 is played, it looks like, oh, you just give a pawn for free, there is queen b4 takes, and the position is simply lost, because I go rook b1, I go rook b1, I go rook b4, wait, why is it the setup, and then rook b7, queen is absolutely hopeless. On c7 square, it is a win for white pieces. So he played f5, he was hoping for queen f5, but of course I don't have to do it. I play rook takes, rook c1, now threatening c7. Pawn, and then promotion. And after queen c7, I went probably for the easiest plan, which I had to calculate, of course, to make sure this is winning. But my calculation was, of course, right. I played queen a4, knight g6, queen a7, bishop d8, and now you have to be very careful. I played rook a1, and after knight f4, queen c7, bishop c7, rook a7, knight g2. I don't take this, I don't retake it, because, you know, it might be holdable. I simply go for the rook endgame, which is absolutely winning, because this pawn is simply falling, the skin is too far away, and Black can simply resign. We continued playing on, and I ended up winning this chess game after queen promotion, and after king c3, he resigned. So I'm 3 out of 4 after 4 rounds, and in the last round we have a very special opponent. Go check out the recap tomorrow. I'll post it tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next recap. Bye bye.